Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to First Touch. My name's Frank DiZenzo, alongside soccer specialist Jacobo Aparicio. What's up, Jacobo?
Hello, Frank. How you doing?
How you doing? All right. Well, tonight we're not going to be talking about so much the fixtures and the scoring in soccer, but the MLS expansion and how the popularity in the sport is growing compared to European-based sport. Now, Jacobo, the MLS is not as big as a European market, right? Now, two expansion teams in NYCFC and the Orlando team, two very appealing cities that players would want to go to. For example, there's David Villa on NYCFC and also Frank Lampard. And down in Orlando, there's Kaká. Now, with the MLS expanding and the popularity, growing slightly because two new teams, do you think that it's a rushed aspect, or do you think that there's a different way that the MLS can go about this and bring the sport a little more towards the American way?
I really think it's a kind of rush decision, because they should focus more in the basis, in the youth academies, and also develop the reserve teams of the main clubs that we have in the MLS. Also in the NASL, like the second division. We should see a more intense development of youth soccer, and also maybe even thinking about changing that college soccer system that's not in Europe. In Europe, we have like the clubs or the basis of the youth soccer, and maybe we should think for America to also make that change in order to not only try to get all the stars, because we're seeing that everyone who's coming is coming in their late 30s and with not that much, not talent, but physicality.
Right. Now, as you said, age reasons. There is these players coming over to these teams as Villa, Lampard, Gerrard, Robbie Keane's over here. Jovinko's a little bit younger, but Kaká as well, all 30-plus years of age. Now, are they coming over here for the certain aspect of a living type thing, or do you think it's just a thing to maybe get a second hurrah, another time to shine?
Yeah, I really think they're coming here as a retirement. We should be honest with that and see it, that they're coming here as a retirement plan in order to win a lot of money, because they actually do, and also play in a kind of lower level and with not that much competition. But that's the key point that we should change in America. Try to get a different status for the MLS, trying to show that it's a competitive competition and try to get it more popular.
Right. Now, I know you're a Real Madrid fan, and there's been tons of talk of Cristiano Ronaldo coming over to either a New York team or something of that basis in the MLS. Now, how do you feel about Cristiano Ronaldo, the Real Madrid golden boy, coming over to the MLS, and what do you think how do you think that will impact the sport over here in America?
It would definitely impact it in a good sense, as when Beckham came here, because it focused attention from Europe to the MLS, and if we're able to make that change, showing that the MLS is not only for retirement, but it's also a good competition, and by showing it through those stars that are coming, Cristiano will be awesome if he comes. Also maybe Zlatan. Those kind of players could make Europeans think about this league as a really competitive league and not as a retirement league.
Right. Now, last thing I want to talk about, not so much on a club level, but on a national stage. USA having a decent showing in the World Cup, the last World Cup over this past summer. Against Belgium, they lost in the rounds. And, for me, I think that sense of nation, that sense of pride really allowed the U.S. people to, step up and see that soccer isn't just a European-based sport and that there can be a lot more growth in population here. Do you think that if the USA team continues to dominate in certain aspects of this game and maybe starts to take out some of these European teams, that the population shift and the popularity shift as well will switch over to America, and maybe there'll be a little bit of a conflict between Europe?
That's what they should try. Like Argentina used to have a really good competition. Also, although a lot of Argentinians and South Americans went to Europe as because it's considered the best competition in the whole world. The United States should try to get that spot that the South American leagues are kind of losing right now, and they have more money, they have more facilities, they have better media, and they should definitely use that in favor of them, and also using the United States national team as a achievement, as something to bring up even more attention, that would be key.
Right, definitely agreed. Well, guys, that's all the time we have. My name is Frank DiZenzo alongside
Jacobo Aparicio.
Thanks for joining us on First Touch, and we'll see you next time.